Did you ever have someone who you know is a great fit for your coaching and you built a great relationship with them? Maybe you even spoke to them over the DMs for a couple of months. They've been engaging with your content, with your stories, and later you saw them buying from another coach, right? And I've seen many coaches building this relationship with their avatar, getting people to like them, to connect with them, but then they never buy their offer. Oftentimes they don't even see their offer, but if they do, they usually ghost them and or tell them not now, it's not for them, it's too expensive, and then next week they join another coach. I know way too many of these people who get the engagement, get the trust, get the likeness of their ideal avatar, but they don't get the client. Now, I've been working full-time for over 6 years, and I was fortunate enough to learn this literally in the first year back in 2019, 2020, this lesson that I got to this day. So first, I will show you how you are potentially getting friend zoned from your ideal avatar, and then what is the actual reason people buy and how you can introduce that instead of just building rapport with your avatar. Most coaches learned that connection slash likeness equals money. And this is just partly true. The part that is true is that if people feel connected to you and like you, this will increase conversions, right? Meaning people are more likely to buy, but they are not buying because of it. And I think this is the big mistake. I see so many coaches positioning themselves like, yeah, I'm also like 50-year-old woman or a mama or a 60-year-old retiring and I'm a single dad or whatever. They're playing on likeness, on, hey, we are similar, we connect, etc. And again, this can be really powerful because people indeed buy from people they like, but it is not the reason why they buy. I want you to think about this scenario. Imagine you want to grow on whatever platform you are at, right? And to the number that you want. Let's say you want to make 10K a month on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, doesn't matter. And let's say your mother tells you who you like and trust, right? And she tells you, pay me $10,000 and I'll help you, right? Would you? I think most of us would not give, even though we like and trust our mother or insert figure, we would not buy from that. Conversely, imagine a stranger, a doctor, if you will. And so what gives, right? What I learned over the years is that primary reason why people buy is to solve their problems. That is it. Like the entire concept of business is predicated on solving problems. This is like, you can view it as equation of two, like 50-50, solving problems and getting wins or outcomes. But usually, even if you want something, you want certain outcome and a desire, that is because you lack that thing, which is usually where the problem is. If you want 10K a month, that means you don't have it, and that causes some kind of pain in your life, right? So it's still, I think you can always pull it back to problems. So no matter how much people like you, no matter how big rapport you build with them, unless you demonstrate how your offer can help them solve the problem they have, they will not buy, period. And again, I see so many coaches trying to position themselves with a niche down with demographics. And I think that's a huge problem. In most cases, I will give this caveat, because there are instances where this is powerful. So if you're in specific health niche, and maybe you're helping women after pregnancy lose their weight. Now, of course, you want to pay attention to demographics, like the fact that they are women, that they were pregnant. These things are important, right? But in most other cases, especially in make money and online niches, usually it doesn't matter. Again, I've been working full-time for over 6 years. I made over $500,000, and I never, and I promise you never, spoke about demographics in my content other than it's probably bad. So the reason is, and I've had clients who are male 20-year-olds, 50-year-old females. I had single, in relationship, married. I had a client who is over 80 years old, over 70. Like, if I can solve your problem, it doesn't matter if you're 20 or 50, male or female, right? And again, people are like, yeah, but if they like you, okay, maybe if you're like a 30, 35-year-old male who loves to travel, you feel more connected to me. But again, unless I can solve your problem, you're not gonna buy. Rather, maybe a woman who is 60 and has family and grandkids, and I don't even have children, she would rather buy from me because she is, oh, Mio can help me get clients on Facebook, right? And that's her problem. Oh, I'm not getting traction, I can't get clients, I'm stuck at $0 to $1,000 to $2,000 a month, and they come to me, right? By the way, every week I'm releasing new videos showing you how you can get more clients, how you can use AI to save time and make money. So if you want, you can subscribe to the channel and don't forget to like this video. So if you spend a lot of your positioning, niching down, content, and or messenger, where you connect with people, trying to get them to buy, and then you introduce the offer, and then they don't buy, this is why. Now, I want to give you a couple of really powerful questions that once you answer them, it will make everything else much easier. Okay, so here are the 6 questions. If you answer them, it will be much better. And notice, it doesn't matter how old are you or what gender you are or where you live, right? So, who are you helping? This is your avatar. Now, here you might say, oh, but I help single mamas. But again, unless really specific conditions, like can that same thing help fathers or single people or older or younger people? I just don't think it matters. Now, if you're stuck here, you can skip this for now. Ask this question: what are they currently struggling with? This is one of the most important things. Actually, these two are my favorite questions. What are they currently struggling with, and what are they already doing to try to solve this problem, right? Because this tells me much more about them than whether they are 40 or 60, male or female, right? Because I don't know, if someone is trying TikTok, posting videos, etc., doesn't matter their age, but if I can help them go from 300 views videos to 3,000, or TikTok is wrong for them and they should start YouTube, this tells me much more what I should talk about in my content, about their problems, about what they tried, and about how I can solve this problem, also about what they believe, right? Why isn't it working? This is another one that will help you around beliefs a lot, because one of the reasons why people will buy from you is the current thing that they are doing. So they want to solve that pain, that problem that they have, and they want to get the outcome, right? Now, you're probably not the first person that introduced something to them. So they have tried some things and they're not working, right? So now they're frustrated, and you come and you talk about why this is not working. That will give you much more clients than just building rapport with them. Also, really important, how does your offer help them get the result they want? Again, notice that in this question, you're not mentioning they're 40 years old, right? It doesn't matter. If you're helping someone make 5K a month, what are they doing? How is it different? How is your offer helping them with that? Which, I guess, how is this different is the next and the last question. Why is your solution different from what they already tried? Because if it's the same, chances are that the objection that you will get later is like, yeah, I saw that, or I tried it and it didn't work for me. So we need to think about that ahead of time. And if you're focusing on these things rather than demographics, building rapport and connection with someone, I promise you, you will make much more money than just trying to get people to like you, building rapport, talking about demographics. I think this is the single biggest shift you can make in your content, in your messaging, in your offers, and in your overall approach and mindset. And if you just do this, you can again sign much more clients. I never spoke about demographics in my content, and I never needed to, and still made a bunch of money with like really small audience and without running ads. There you have it, folks. Hopefully this was helpful. Now, if you've been trying to sell your high ticket coaching and you weren't successful with it, I recorded a video on why this isn't working and this is not the best approach in 2026. So you can check that one out over here, and I'll see you over there.